Yeah, I haven't made a video in a while, but it's because I've been really super duper busy. We've had this land reclamation project going on here. I farmed this ground back in 2004, was the last year I had corn on it. And it grew up into trees. They dug a bunch of perk tests and stuff like that. And these autumn olive or Russian olive trees were, well, it looked about like that bush right there throughout the whole field. Up in there, you can see where we brush hogged some stuff there by the truck. That's what it looked like, what was in front of the truck. This stuff here, all throughout the whole field. This was a driveway we used to use to come up by the old farmhouse. Well, this is barn. But, yeah. There's an old farmhouse here. Hasn't been... Ow! Damn, that hurt. Anyway, the house hasn't been lived in a good many years. The barn, it has... what the hell's it got in it? It's got buzzards. Buzzards are living in it. But that's a neat old... I think that's a gas lamp. You can see it. It's old. Probably ought to take that off of there. And they're just gonna... Yeah, it's like a gas lamp they converted to electricity. But yeah, I'm gonna go take a look in this house. I haven't been in this house in probably 15 years. A good 15 years because... Well... They were going to sell the property, and it was yeah, they were going to sell the property, and they just abandoned the whole house. And now there's the windows, kids or something busted the windows out. I don't know whether they were partying in here or what the deal was, but it did have nice hardwood floors into it. I guess it is open. I don't know. I know there's a basement to it. It had a dark room in it at one time. And it was actually pretty nice the last time I was down here. And that door is open. I'll kind of climb down. Oh, ow, that hurt too. I know there was a dark room in here. Let me get the light. I don't know how good it is. But yeah, here's the sinks and stuff. That's the boiler. Wow. This boiler looks just like my grandmother's up in her house. And that was put in 1959. I guess the last time this thing was serviced was in the 90s, 1993. Yep, 1993. Wow, that kind of surprises me because, yeah, Dr. James J was the owner of this place. Overfire 02, breaches 04, blah blah blah. Anyway, yeah, this is the basement to this thing. It's got some kind of critters living in there. I don't think I want to go in. But there's the darkroom sinks and everything there, if you can see any of it. Just really a small house. Nothing too fancy. See if I can get that light to shut off. There it goes. Yeah, the previous owner, his wife, she died. I think she got cancer and died. But she used to take photographs. I saw some of her work. I mean, I never met her. She was dead before I was born. And ooh. This porch is a little rickety. But yeah, here's the house. And I'll tell you, I'm really surprised. This place was not in that bad a shape 10 years ago. Somebody got to ripping and a tearing at the mantle here, the stove. Look at that. Now why in the hell would they rip that off of there? I guess they were thinking maybe there was money or something stashed in there. You never know, you know. I mean, some of these places, it could have been money stashed in it. But I do know the family that lived in here, the last family, he's dead now too. I think his wife is still alive, but you know. See, somebody busted that open, searching the place for something. I mean, obviously they were searching. They thought they were going to find money or something. Oh, here's a pack of cigarettes. Empty, of course, Newports. I don't know what year are these. You don't even know. Whatever they are. But anyways, on with the tour. There is an upstairs, of course. Here's the other end of the house. Now, they didn't tear the mantle out of this at all. Not for the lack of trying. You can see they got a bar back in there. I don't know what the hell they thought they were going to find in there, but solid concrete. Even if there was money stashed in here, this was a tenant house there for a while. So, what the hell? Not gonna find anything, but let's take the risk upstairs here. I know there's now a hole in the roof. God, it really had nice hardwood floors in it too. And I'm kind of anxious to see a freaking buzzard on the floor. But oh yeah, they tore the drywall out of here. It looked to me like they were gonna restore this house before they sold it for the development. At least I thought they were. They did some. Oh hell, there's a nice bathroom up here. Oh, actually, not a bad bathroom at all. Ooh, any coons in here? Being like really cautious because you never know what you're gonna find in a place like this. Somebody actually painted the tile. Can you believe that shit? They painted the tile so like confetti in there. It was green. Neat. My favorite color. Yeah. But they pinched off the water lines. I don't know why they would do that, but this house is slated for demolition. I'm sure there's a set of stairs to go up. Maybe they're here. Oh, here they are. Let's see, this is the attic now. Let's see what's up here. Oh, anything alive up here? Freaking coon or something maybe. But there's the problem. This house really could be saved. It's got a hole in the roof at that end, at the chimney end. You know, but for the most part, it's empty. There's no buzzards living in there, and that chimney's, you know, it'd be neat if I could find a date on that. The last house I was in like this was, the dates were all scratched in the chimneys. But, yeah, the house that's across the way, the other farmhouse, oh man, I can't believe this. Now, the other farmhouse that was all restored, that was built, the original farmhouse was built the year George Washington was born. So that'll give you an idea as to how old that was. Yeah, there's some really nice beams and stuff in here. It's really a shame that this house is going all to hell. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's a small little old house. Be good enough for me, you know. I wouldn't mind living in this. But I did know the family that lived here had 2 daughters. You know, let me get down these stairs here. It's a little creepy. Yeah, this was a kitchen. They had 2 daughters, and he was caretaker here, and he was promised the piece of property to build a house on. And when he didn't get what he was promised, he left here, and he was the last family to live here, and I believe that was in the 1950s. So I know it was in the 1950s. So, you know, that's the way she goes. There's plumbing. There's the bathroom there. It came down through. But yeah, so that was in the 1950s, and then he built a house on his family's farm up the road. But yeah, I went metal detecting here a couple times, found some stuff from the 1930s. But anyway, yeah, a little treacherous right now. But I'll show you the fields. I got on the outside of the house. Well, here's the dug well. They filled it in. You can see where it was dug right there. I never did metal detect around here. I did in the front of the house, in the yard, but I never did get up and around there, around this part of it. And I think I should, just because it's, you know, would be the good thing to do. Here's the well that they drilled in place. That comes from another, that's an anti-freeze out gizmo, but there is a well here. I thought that was solid steel, but yeah, well pit down in there. Yeah, they even pulled the pump. That's out. Matter of fact, yeah, no, there's a tank down there. There's the well. Pump is out. There's all the pipe that came with it. So, yeah, things change, you know. This was all mowed. He always had this mowed real nice. But I'm going to come up here with a brush hog and actually get a hold of it and mow it out. The previous owner, well, the one that bought it, that sold it to the developer, he only owned it maybe 3 years. Put millions of dollars into the place on the other side of the road. Yeah. So when the developer bought it, they just let this house and this really cool old barn go all to hell. But you see this rotting wood here. This belonged to the guy that bought it, and this was an old Dutch barn. I mean, a very old Dutch barn, Dutch style barn. And he put it out here, and he was going to build it in place of that. He was going to tear that down and build that barn. Well, we're talking 10 years ago now that stuff sat there, and well, it was, I'm not even sure. I think it was chestnut, and that chestnut lumber is all rotted. But anyways, I'll show you a little bit of the upper part here.